So there's a TV show that came out a few years ago that I like. It's called Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt. And it features Kimmy, who is this energetic, enthusiastic, force of nature kind of gal who has all these horrible things happen to her, and she is still bubbly and optimistic despite all of those. The opening premise is actually she gets kidnapped as a kid by a cult leader, forced underground into a bunker for 30 years, and then emerges and is readjusting to life. And she does it with enthusiasm and excitement and lots of smiles and weird jokes. But at some stage in the show, someone is asking how they had light, and they said, oh, they had a hand crank. They had to turn all the time to power a generator so that things would run. And someone's saying, how do you do that? And she said, oh, I realized I can do anything for 10 seconds. And then when those 10 seconds are up, I just have to turn around and do it again. And if I do that enough, then things suddenly change. And that's felt very prescient to me because it feels like that's kind of where we are as a society in many ways. It feels like we're at this time of anticipation between when the summer was and when fall's coming. And it actually feels to me, I grew up playing sports, and it feels like the start of a soccer game, or right before a race, when I would have just butterflies in my stomach and I'm a ball of nerves. I've done all my prep, I've done all my work, and now we're at the stage of like, let's see how this goes. And I feel like that's kind of where we are, because we're looking forward to the fall and we're hoping for the best, and we've prepared things, and we're also a little anxious or worried to some degree about the worst and what happens with that. And I think the thing we need to acknowledge and know for today is that the feelings and emotions that we have now and the tensions we have now are most likely different things than what we'll have in a month or in 6 weeks. Like at some stage we're gonna start, and then we're gonna have to adjust, and we'll see where God leads and we'll respond, right? But where we are now with those exact calibrations of things are going to shift and be different. And in the midst of that, and in the midst of the unknown future and what it means, we also know and believe in a God who's faithful, a God who shows up, who's present in the midst of our anxiety, who's present in the midst of our concerns, right? It's the line from Jeremiah 29 where God tells us that I know the plans I have for you, plans for you to prosper and grow and flourish. And I think that's a good reminder for us in these moments of transition where things are starting, where we're looking to re-engage and find ways to do that because we're just anxious about it. And the commands and the directions of Scripture are always one for our prosperity, our growth, and our peace. And so as we live out this week, as you engage with the tensions, as you figure out school and work, know that there's a God who says over you, I know the plans I have for you, for your family, for your community, for your friends. Plans for you to prosper, to grow and flourish, and not to see you fail. And He is present and He is with us. Grace and peace, friends. Have a good week.